For years, people have asked the same question about Jeffrey Epstein. How much of the truth is still hidden? And now, somehow, that question just got even darker. Because according to newly released Justice Department documents and a Reuters report published on March 11, 2026, a foreign hacker broke into an FBI server back in February 2023. And that server contained files tied to the Bureau's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Let that sink in. Not a random old database, not some forgotten archive. An actual FBI server linked to one of the most infamous criminal cases in modern history. According to Reuters, the breach happened at the FBI's New York field office, inside a unit called the Child Exploitation Forensic Lab. The report says the hacker gained access after a server was left vulnerable while digital evidence was being handled. And that's where this story stops feeling like incompetence and starts feeling like a nightmare. Because the Epstein files aren't just ordinary case files. They sit at the center of one of the most disturbing trafficking scandals ever exposed. A case connected to powerful names, sealed records, missing context, and years of public suspicion over what investigators really know. Reuters says the newly disclosed breach highlights the intelligence value of those files, precisely because of the people and allegations orbiting the case. And here's the part that should bother everyone. Reuters reported that it is still unclear exactly what information the hacker accessed, what may have been downloaded, and even who the hacker was. The report says the intruder was believed to be a foreign cybercriminal rather than a government-backed actor, but their identity and origin were still unclear. So now the question becomes, what was actually seen? What was copied? And if anything was taken, where did it go? Because once something like that leaves a secure server, you don't just rewind it. You don't put it back in the vault. You don't erase the possibility that some of the most sensitive material in one of the most scrutinized cases in America may have been exposed to someone outside the government. Reuters also reported something almost surreal. The hacker apparently did not realize at first that the server belonged to law enforcement. According to the report, the person was so disturbed by the material they found that they threatened to report the server's owner before the FBI convinced them over a video chat that they were actually dealing with the Bureau itself. Think about how bizarre that is. A stranger breaks into a server, finds material so disturbing they want to report it, and only then realizes they've stumbled into the FBI. It sounds unreal, but Reuters says that's exactly what the newly released documents and source account describe. The FBI has described the incident as isolated and says access was restricted and the issue was fixed. But Reuters says the investigation is still ongoing, and large parts of the Justice Department material tied to the incident remain redacted or unreleased because of concerns involving victim identities and active matters. And that is why this story matters, because every time the Epstein case resurfaces, it raises the same fear all over again, not just about what happened, but about how badly this entire case has been handled. Missing context, sealed names, redactions, delayed releases, and now, on top of all that, a confirmed breach involving Epstein-related FBI files. This isn't just another Epstein headline. This is a reminder that even after his death, even after the investigations, even after years of outrage, the case is still surrounded by chaos. And maybe that's what makes it so disturbing. Not just what Epstein did, but how many layers of confusion, secrecy, and failure still surround the evidence left behind. Because if the files connected to this case were compromised once, people are going to keep asking whether the public has ever really seen the full picture. And right now, the most honest answer might be probably not.